Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, and you have to click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday. Hope everybody's having a nice day. Just a heads up that I do not believe that I will be doing a live stream tomorrow. This week, in particular, I think with having off on Monday, let's fucking go, Evan. I think in particular with having off on Monday, but I've been pretty busy at work. It's been a busy time at work. I've had some personal things going on I've needed to attend to that have been chewing up a lot of time. These days have been flying by. I know at one point I looked at the clock today and it was 2 o'clock and I was like, really? I could not believe it. But I don't think I'm going to be... what's up, Frankie? Good to see you. I don't think I'm going to be on today. Or excuse me, I'm going to be on... I don't think I'm going to be on today. You're looking at a holographic image of me. I don't think I'll be on tomorrow, so this would be the last live stream for the weekend. Drop me a comment if you have any fun plans going on this weekend. So I have a pretty filled weekend. You're going to rage tomorrow. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to find a tapas restaurant for tomorrow. I want to go to a tapas restaurant tomorrow. So I'm going to try to locate something. Should be plenty of places in Miami, right? So I'm going to try and locate something a little bit further south. And then Saturday I'm meeting up with Mini Schiff. I haven't seen him in a bit. And then Sunday, the Eagles are playing. So that is my time to myself. DT, welcome in. Welcome in. Glad to see you. Have yourself a cup of coffee there, sir. Evan, you're drinking a few right now. So you're not joining me in my challenge, huh? I am not drinking for the entire month of September. So it is going to be a challenge. So, you know, if I'm meeting up for tapas and I'm meeting up for lunch or whatever's going on Saturday, like, no drinking. So I'm not drinking the entire month. That is what I'm doing. So apparently you're not joining me with that. I'm gonna drink at a dangerous rate. Well, you know, I sort of half wish I was right there with you, brother. Rocket ships only. I sort of wish I was right there with you, but I'm not. So welcome to everyone new tuning in. I'm glad you could join me for All in the Charts. If you're not, I'm not sure, just real quick, make sure you have all notifications so that the bell icon goes off when I do go live. Sober October. Well, I don't know about that. As soon as this month is over in September, let me see what day October 1st falls on. It falls on a Sunday. Thank you, God. Thank you, baby Jesus. That is perfect because that is football Sunday. So I'm going to have a heavy dose on October 1st of some congratulatory no drinking September, followed up by a massive drink on October 1st. Maybe I'll do a live stream on October 1st. All right, guys, let's get into the charts here. Feel free to... I'm stumbling over my words like I have been drinking. Drop me a comment and let me know what you have going on this weekend. Let me know what fun plans you have. The market right now, woo, it's picking up, baby. Bitcoin's up 1.91%. Woo! Let's get into the charts, guys. Guys, we're getting a little bit of green here, all right? One of the things I did indicate to you, let's just get straight to the one-day chart, okay, the daily chart. One of the things I did share with you guys, if you've been tuning in here, okay, is there is bullish divergence on the daily, and I put it out in the 12-hour, right? So what did I share with you? Wouldn't surprise me. You know, maybe we have... You can see on the 12-hour, let me get this watch list off. You can see on the 12-hour, now that we're below the 50 simple moving average, it should act as resistance. It wouldn't surprise me today to see some sort of wick come up here to 26,570. Maybe we make a push all the way up to 28.2, but I do want to throw you caution. Okay, don't throw the caution to the wind here, all right? I literally just put out a video yesterday, and I've been trying to keep you guys updated the past couple weeks. I had a video out 2 weeks ago. I had a video out last week, and now I just put a video out yesterday specifically on Bitcoin because that's going to be the driver of value in this market. indicating to, hey, warning sign, warning sign, warning sign. Oh, now these things really are most likely going to play out. And again, there's no certainties, but even if we get some short-term upside here, I still think there's going to be a move to the downside. And the only question is, to what extent, right? So in that recent video that I published yesterday, I did speak to a primary buy zone and then the lowest flash crash capitulation area if it does happen, right? So make sure to check out that video. But we're seeing a little bit of upside today. It's a positive thing, right? But we have some significant areas to clear before you can really start to get bullish here. Let's look at the charts, my main watch list here, and some of these watch lists, to be quite frankly, need to be updated. I got crypto main, crypto sub 1, sub 2, sub 3. My TradingView account in general is a mess. I need to clean it up. Traditional stock markets, we haven't taken a look at them in a while. I don't think there's anything significant to touch on that we didn't cover. I think we covered them last Friday, actually. I think we took a look at traditional markets. What's up, Jorge? Glad to see you in here. Yeah, we just looked at traditional markets a week ago. Not much has changed. Kind of that key level I'm looking at on the S&P. And this level, if you've been with me for a while, should be ingrained in your head, 43.25. So as long as we don't start getting weekly closes below 43.25, I'm monumentally bullish on the stock market making new all-time highs. And I've been saying that literally all year. I mean, you can go back. Again, I've had bad calls and I've had some good calls. And so far, my call on the traditional stock markets have been a clap and a ding. Snap and a ding. A snap, a clap, and a ding. They've been spot on, all right? They've been spot on. So I'll call out the good ones and I'll call out the bad ones. Let's just take a look at the Dow real quick. Let me just take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average with you. I really have not had as much. I've had some time very early in the morning to do some charting, but I haven't really had as many like take a 10-minute break chart. It's been a pretty busy time here, just trying to balance work and balance some things going on in my personal life. All right, personal. Yeah, not much to report here. Not much going on. Again, we're still bullish. There's nothing concerning because the thing is, you got to keep an eye on these traditional markets to understand if it's a risk on or risk off environment. Where I'm really going to start to get bullish is once we clear this level at call it 35,900. We'll just call it 35,900. I'm going to start to get really bullish. You know, something we haven't, apparently a lot happened, Evan just mentioned. Something we have not covered in a long time that I want to take a look at with you guys, and quite frankly, I haven't really looked at the chart in a while. The DXY. We know that and I've seen some clamor about it on social media, but we know that the DXY traditionally, in most cases, Evan, you need to drink more. Apparently, you're going to give me some super chats when you drink. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. If you have a question on a chart, let me know and I'll chart it out, my friend. Evan needs to drop a few more beers. Maybe he'll keep super chatting me. So DXY has an inverse relationship. I'll tip you 500 a bunch if we have a bull run. So let me get to that comment because I have something I specifically want to say to that. DXY, guys, if you've been following me, let me get on track here. DXY, if you've been following me for a while, has an inverse relationship in general with traditional markets as well as risk-on investments like crypto, right? So we want the DXY, which is the strength, really what the DXY is, okay? It's important to understand actually what that indice is. It's just showing the strength of the United States dollar relative to other fiat currencies. All that we have in the world today are fiat currencies. Thumbs up for everyone new tuning in, would appreciate it. So that's all it's expressing. It's not saying that the dollar itself is strong. What it really is saying, in my humble opinion, in my humble educated opinion, is that the dollar is, if it's expressing strength, it's the best in a room full of shit. Okay? So you have a basket full of crap, of fiat currencies, and the dollar happens to be the best. Okay, it's the prettiest pig in the room. All right. What's up, Ricky? So looking at the U.S. dollar here, you can see let's take a look at a higher time frame. I had a nicer chart than this. Now we were in a bull pennant, but you can't really, you can still say that, actually. What am I seeing right now? Let's get off the patterns. Let's just be basic about this. Let's focus on price action for the moment. So this is a weekly view on the DXY. Again, it's important to understand the relationship that the dollar is having relative to crypto. Now, I know the one thing that people were discussing is how right now we're clearing the 50 on the weekly, and that's not good for us that are bullish on the market. I think this is the one I wanted to look at. Yes. So this is a chart that we have spent a lot of time looking at on this channel. This is, and there is a valid head and shoulders here. It'll be interesting to see if it still plays out. You can see right now, guys, for me personally, what I'm seeing in the DXY right now, nothing concerning in terms of me feeling like it's going to make some major move up. Now, why do I say that? And again, I try to keep you informed each and every single day. We've looked at this chart many times, okay? What am I showing here? I'm showing red is always resistance, green is always support. You can see right now, we're battling 105. And I know on this channel what I have spoken to. We can actually draw another line right there at about 105.7. I have spoken to the idea that I believed it was very possible. I remember speaking to this still to this day. This was a couple months ago. The DXY could pop all the way to 105 or 106 and I'm fine. Okay, that's not anything that would be out of the, that would be unexpected. Now, where would I get concerned that we may start to make a more significant run in the DXY, which would be bad for risk on assets like crypto? If we started to clear this level right here at 108. If we start clearing this with a candle body close, now I'm starting to get a little concerned that we're going to start running up towards 110, 112, 114, maybe double top. And during that process, there's generally an inverse relationship as the dollar would be moving up. We would in general expect for crypto and for the stock markets to move down in generalities, okay? Now, this is on a monthly. I want to move to a lower time frame here. Let's go to a 2-week. Okay, so far, this 2-week candlestick, and this is set to print actually at the end of, Monday, September. Is this a 2-week? Oh, yeah, that's a 2-week. So this is a 2-week candlestick. So this is set to print. This 2-week candlestick here is set to print end of day tomorrow. I will say this is a bullish candlestick. So that is in the favor of the DXY. This is a nice, huge hammer candlestick right there. Let's take a look at the price indicators. Starting to see a turnaround. We don't want to see a cross here. Historically, if we get a cross, that would not be good for us. We do not want to see, it's not anything definitive. There is no one indicator, but it certainly would not be good. If we go to the weekly, starting to cross up. MACD's crossing up. RSI looks good. Stochastic RSI is at a real healthy level. I mean, some of these indicators and the price action, I will say this, we're pressed right up against resistance in this 105, 106 range. Some of these time frames that we just looked at here on the weekly, the 2-week, this thing may want to run higher. Now, where could we potentially top at? I'm still finding it hard to believe we're going to get by this area. Yeah, well, it's 106. I mean, right on 106. I still find it hard to believe we're going to clear 106. But we'll have to see. I did see, and I don't know if it was Tony the Bull or who had charted this out. I think I had retweeted it, liked it, and retweeted it. I think it was him. He did chart, no, you know what? It might have been Koosh. It might have been Koosh. Koosh, yeah, I think it was Koosh. Koosh did chart, which is true, okay? not all times, and I think he was pointing to the .com era right around there, not all times as the dollar is moving up, the DXY is moving up, are risk-on assets or the equity markets necessarily going down. I think he pointed to a time frame back in 2001, I'm not going to try to find it, that at the same time as the market was topping out, we were making new all-time highs, the DXY was actually going up. But what I would say is, while that's true, and I think it's important to point it out because it speaks to probabilities, that there are no certainties in charting, what I would conversely speak to, though, is, well, since crypto's been here, though, you know, like look at this huge move up. As this was occurring, crypto was going down, okay? As the DXY was falling, what were we doing in 2021? We were moving up, right? It has typically had an inverse relationship. So I do not want to see the DXY go up here. I would be surprised if the DXY on a candle, I'm not speaking about a wick, but on a candle body closing basis on the weekly, I would be surprised if we close above 106. I still think we're going to top in this range before rolling over. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It is expressing some strength on some of these charts here, so it certainly could pop higher than what I believe. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Now, I want to comment on something that Evan said, whether or not it was intentional or not. And I forgot to speak to this in my Bitcoin video. He said to you, I think the whiskey or the gin is speaking to him right now. He said, I'll tip you $500 a bunch if we have a bull run. Okay, let me give you my viewpoint on that real quick, because I think I've hit on this a few times. It depends on, and this will trigger some people. The question is, are we in a bull run? That's the first question. And then the second question would be, well, if you're, which we are, now I'll just answer that. But so the second question is, well, if you believe we're in a bull run, where did the bull run begin? I'm going to answer that for you right now. Here. I think it depends on your perspective. If you are taking a super macro perspective view and you do believe in Elliott wave principles, okay? If you believe in Elliott wave and your count is the same count as mine, you could actually argue that the bull run began this week on December 17th, 2018. Because this began our wave 1 movement, then our wave 2 correction, then our wave 3 movement, then our irregular correction, and now we're on course for our 5th wave, right? So you could argue, argument number 1 on that perspective would be the bull run actually began back on December, the week. You can quote me on this, okay? One of the few times you can quote me on this channel, specifically speaking to certain things like this. The bull run either began December 17th, 2018, that week, or if you still believe in this Elliott wave principle and you're using a shorter term time frame, you could say that the Elliott wave, the bull run began right in here in November of 22, because we bottomed and started moving up within this first wave movement within a broader 5th wave within this Elliott wave structure. So I see the argument that either the bull run began in November of 2022 or mid-December of 2018. Okay, it just depends on your perspective. But it's interesting, of course, because depending who you speak to, some people won't even acknowledge that we're in a bull run. Some people may choose to say we're in a bull run once we go above 69,000. My question to those people would be, if that's your view, you really believe missing all of this price action up here, we're not in a bull run this entire time, we're going to wait to clear 69. What if we never go as high as I think we're going to go? What if we top at 90,000? You're telling me the bull run in Bitcoin only lasted from 69 up to 90,000? Ooh, 69. It only lasted from 69,000 up to 90? That makes absolutely no sense to me. So it really depends on who you're speaking to. It's a subjective use of terminology there, but that is my own personal view. So Evan, whether you recognize it or not, you opened yourself up to a interesting conversation there. More comments. Feel free to super chat me $500. We're about to get so rich. Man, you've been hitting the bottle, my friend. In a few months, a little bit more than a few months. Evan, I'm not on the sidelines. I'm not sure what you mean by that, my friend. I'm pretty balls to the wall in crypto, so I don't I don't know what you mean by that. Now I do have some capital with some buy limit orders on 3 projects that I have mentioned, but that's just additional capital that I'm putting to work. But I'm pretty balls to the wall in crypto, so believe me, I'm not on the sidelines. Ricky, that is my sentiment. The bull run started when Crypto Bull God says, so you're fucking right. All right. Hey, bro, I kind of don't like the voiceover you do when you do pre-recorded videos. Sounds a little... What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't like the voiceover you do when you do pre-recorded videos. The voiceover. I don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck are you talking about, Jorge? Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm about to finish recording, by the way. I had tweeted this out for anyone who is Alchemy Pay like me. I own a decent bag of Alchemy Pay. There is a new video dropping on Alchemy Pay. I'm going to go over that chart in pretty good detail and why I am anticipating a pretty large move up once we break out of a pattern that I'm going to speak to. So CBG is not saying Alchemy Pay is going to make a big move up today or tomorrow or even next week or in the next 2 weeks, but relatively soon. I am expecting with the rest of the market to make a pretty big move up, so I'll speak to that in the video. We got it. Terms of service. All right, that's awesome. Who else do we have in the live stream today? 69 is bullish, Chris. I am pretty unfamiliar with that. I've been a single guy for a while, so I have absolutely no idea what that means. Lewis, buy or sell now. I will never give you financial advice. I simply go over the charts and speak to sensible price levels. So, Luis, I can't unfortunately say that. Funded futures trading. Jorge just likes to have fun with me. That is what he's doing. So I am very comfortable in my sexuality. So I am fine with him busting my balls a bit. All in coin is bullish. It's AI focused and are releasing a Telegram trading bot soon. All in. Is this a joke or is this an actual token? Sounds like it's a joke, but you know what? We'll look it up to decipher if this is all in. Wow, it is an actual project. All in. Rank 1,325. Okay. I will check it out. How much price action does this thing have on it? Since the beginning of 2023. Okay. You know what? Oof. I'm all in. Oof, since you brought it up, you know what? I want to chart something different. I go over, I was saying to you guys yesterday, it's really hard on days like today where, look, obviously this tweet earlier today was meant as a joke, right? I hope everyone can get the sarcasm through the tweets sometimes, or I guess we call them posts now. There's not a lot of green action today. Yes, we see some green. Whoop-de-doo, we're up 1%, right? It's nothing. But it's hard to get. I was saying yesterday, it is hard to come out here when there's just not a lot of excitement in the charts, right? So I don't want to look at the same charts with you guys all the time if there's nothing important to update. We just went over the DXY. That's great. I think it's good that I updated you on that. But let's get into some new charts here. So all in, oh man, this thing isn't even, oh, here we go. It's on Mexi. All right, we got some price action here we can chart. Thank you for bringing this project up, Oof. We'll take a look at it. So all in. Let's take a look at a 3-day. Looks like the price action isn't exactly where I would want it. There is more price data than this, is there not? I thought there was. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. All right, well, we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it on Mexi. That is what we are going to do. By the way, if you guys have any recommendations, if you guys have any recommendations for guests to bring on this month, I'm trying to bring on one guest speaker a month. And I haven't decided who I wanted to reach out to this month to see if they would like to come on, if they'd be willing to come on. I have a couple names in my head. I have not reached out to anyone, but if you have anyone, feel free to DM me on X or Twitter, whatever. I still call it Twitter. Or you can drop it in the comments right now. And all thoughts are welcomed. Doesn't have to be anyone that has the same... I'm not looking to just bring people on that have the same viewpoints as me. I would actually intentionally like to bring people on that don't have the same viewpoints as me, just because I think that it provides one of the greatest sources of learning, greatest potential learning opportunities that you can have is to have all, differing viewpoints. There are things you can learn from that, from each other. Not trying to get all philosophical on everybody. On the Heiken Ashi candle chart, this is a 3-day. We're in somewhat of a falling wedge, although really when you stick to the candles, I would say this is more of a downward channel here. I'm going to get off the Heiken Ashi and just stick with the candles. We're in a downward channel right now. I wouldn't really call this a falling wedge. It is getting a little bit more narrow. It's debatably. How about this? This is ticker symbol ALLIN, all in. This is debatably in a falling wedge. This is on a 3-day. Nothing impressive on the technicals, although I do like, one thing I do like, price has been going lower, but you can see the RSI actually, this is where the RSI bottomed. It looks like at 30. And since then it has, even though it broke here, it's still increasing. This level at 32 is higher than this level at 30. So I do like that the relative strength index is increasing as price is dropping. That's about the only thing on the price indicators that I like. In terms of price confluence, we don't have anything to the downside, so we just don't want to drop below this low of 83 cents. Now, where would we face resistance on the way up for all in? We have some resistance right there. I like that area right there, $1.22. Okay, $1.22. Another major area of resistance. This one's kind of coming in clear as day, around $1.39. So here's the thing. For this chart, just keeping it real simple, we're in a downward channel. It's debatably a falling wedge, although I'd more so call this a falling channel, which is bearish. That's not bullish. If it was a true falling wedge, that would be a bullish pattern. The bottom line is I don't want to break 83 cents. Let's hold 83 cents, because if we break 83 cents, it's going to be much like what has happened with Synapse. You can paint me any story about a VC leaving, okay? Man, I've been wrong on that chart. Talk about a chart I was wrong on, Synapse. The thing has fallen apart. It's at 34 cents, wherever the heck it's at right now. And there's nothing below there's no foundation once we broke 44 cents. Well, there's no foundation here at 83 cents below. So if we break 83 cents, who's to say we couldn't fall to 50 cents or 30 cents or 20 cents, right? So really want to hold 83 cents. Now, on the way up, where are we going to face resistance? Well, obviously, we have downward resistance. We haven't been able to break this with a candle body. Once we break that area right here with... we break out with a candle body on the 3-day, I'm looking at $1.22 and $1.39. And if you're interested in charting it beyond that point to see where we could go, come on back and we can rechart it. Who else do we have in here? This is how I grow. Oh, man. Evan is feeling himself this evening. That's all right, my friend. Henrik Zeberg. Scott Carney. Man, you're feeling yourself. Been watching LPT. It moves opposite of overall market. Maybe a potential fund hedging. LPT. I don't know what the hell LPT is. I don't know. Funded futures trading. FFT. FF Trading. Are you new to the channel? I appreciate you tuning in. This is, oh, Liverpier. I know I've heard of this before. I'm not familiar with the project, but I know I've heard of this before. Here's the thing, okay? So I get your comment, maybe a potential fund hedging. I get your point, but so what I do is, I just want to, for everyone who's new to the channel, I want you to become familiar with the premise behind what this channel is. This is a purely chart-driven live stream. And so my view is, I think it's interesting to have those conversations, what could be going on the side, right? I think it's very great conversation, and I love having those conversations at times. But my view is it really is all in the chart. So I don't even care what the side story is in this case. I just look at this chart, I simplify my life, and it tells me everything I need to know about whether something is a good opportunity or not, right? So from this perspective, this thing has been in a major downtrend. It looks like it ICO'd at the wrong time. This is a project that ICO'd literally at the top of the market, and you can see it has gone down ever since. I've been stacking at the all-time support levels. Do you know any gaming coins? ILV, we can take a look. Only gaming coins that I'm really familiar with are Gala, my friend. I don't really, haven't really gotten into many gaming tokens besides Gala at one point, which I don't even own. Thank you, Vivek. I appreciate it. I don't even own any Gala anymore. So taking a look at Live Peer. Did I call it Liver Peer? What the hell did I call this? Live Peer. I know I've heard of this project. Anyway, let's get the price action. I'm actually going to focus on resistance first. We have what I would call, bear with me, there's a lot of lines here. I mean, everything from this is where it's like you can really, I don't want to get too cute. And I could draw more lines of resistance in here, but I don't want to. So there's a big area of resistance right in here. Okay, I would just call this a huge zone of resistance. $7 and like we'll call it 60 cents to 12 bucks. We're just going to call it 12 bucks. This is shy. It's 11.78, but I like to just round and keep it stupid simple. So 7.60 to like 12 bucks, right? That's your major zone of resistance, all right? Another caution flag, if you're following a technical analyst that is telling you, in this case, let me give you an example. This is just my opinion. If you have a technical analyst that comes in here, draws an area of support like this, right? And comes in here and says, all right, guys, we have an area of support at $3.82.9. Clearly, they haven't been charting long. Let's just round it and make it stupid simple. Like it's 383, it's 380. Like, why are we saying $3.82.9? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So there is an area, though, of support at 383, okay? And I would also, once again, draw a zone right there at the bottom. It looks like 339. Okay, so this is just keeping it real stupid simple. Right now, for now, I'm looking at the 3-day. There's a major zone of support right here between 383 to 339. I don't want to lose that, right? And we're getting battle tested up here between 760 and 12 bucks. There's a lot of chop in here. I could draw other price confluence, but these are the major zones I'm concerned with. Looking at price indicators, MACD looks good. It looks like it might want to start to come down and correct a little bit, flatten out. RSI looks relatively neutral. It's at 58. Would love to see that thing get back over 60. Stochastic RSI looks fine. So we could be in the midst of, you know, when I see a setup like this, what I think of are one of two scenarios. We're either going to come down and just consolidate in here for a bit and then move up, or we're going to fake everyone out and then come back down and back test this area here. So those are really the two scenarios I see going for a chart like this. Let's see what else we got here. It's a shit coin, yeah. Just noticed it was interesting. New sub to your channel. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. New sub to the channel. I appreciate it. Well, I go live every single day. I do TA videos that I publish as well. So hopefully you find it informative. If you do, give me your holler and share it around. I took a break with crypto. I'm on indices. Okay, interesting. Oil and gold futures for now, but stacking spot BTC and ETH. Hey, man, I'll tell you what, if you're getting back into crypto, keeping things real with you, I do cover a lot of altcoins that I appreciate from a charting perspective as well as a fundamental perspective. But I think the safest thing you can do, again, just keeping it 100% real, Bitcoin and ETH, man. You got the king crypto, right? First mover advantage. It's always going to be. And then you got the king altcoin, right? So I've actually told people that are looking to get into the market for the first time, I always say I never offer you financial advice, but I actually think the smartest thing you could do if you just want to like dip your toe in the water is either just start off with Bitcoin. Just start accumulating a little Bitcoin. Or do like a 70-30 split roughly, or whatever makes the most sense, or even if you want to do 50-50 and just do Bitcoin ETH. Just to dip your toe in the water, start to learn about the space. Again, just a little bit. Plus, when you start to put a little bit of money in, and I'm not talking about a lot, just a little bit, that you now have a vested interest. So let's just say every month you decide you want to throw like $50 or $100 in, right? It's not a lot of money. For me, that's not. Maybe it is for you. I don't mean to be insensitive, but you throw in $50, $100 every month, right? Now what happens is because you're vested and you're invested in the market, okay, it naturally makes you want to learn and take an interest in things, right? So now you can start learning more about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and now it may bring you to Solana or XRP or HBAR or whatever else, So that's kind of what I share with people. Yeah, NVIDIA and Apple, I haven't looked at those stocks in a while, but I know NVIDIA is pretty high. Well, and Evan's point here, so Evan raises a lot of good points on the live stream, even when he's mildly intoxicated. Evan's raising another good point, which is you can make a lot more money with altcoins than you would with something like Bitcoin or even the king altcoin Ethereum, but you can lose the shirt off your back, and you can lose that money very quickly, because if we look at I was looking at Fetch AI earlier, okay? So if we just check out Fetch AI for a moment, right? This thing was accumulating in this range for a little while, actually where it's at right now at like the 20 cent region. It shot all the way up to 126, right? So it did a quick like 6-7x. The thing is, look what the chart actually did though. This is 1 week and we wicked up to here, right? So you'd have to be selling in this to capture it, because now look what happened. You can very quickly lose your money. And there are a lot more altcoins that look even, more volatile than this. So yes, you can make a lot, but you can also lose a lot. You got to be really careful. Good for you. Yeah, I mean, I clearly I can read charts. I've been doing this for a while, but even for me, I actually have a friend that I'm going to catch up with who I haven't spoken to in a while or hung out with in a long time. And I'm going to be interested to hear how it's going for him, because what he has told me is that he's entered futures trading, and this is what he does on a daily basis. And I think if he is succeeding I think he will know if he is truly succeeding at it once a full year goes by. I'll be interested to get his perspective, but I think you need a full year to go by. The reality is most people that are counting on a paycheck to day trade, you are not going to make it. You're just not. The numbers don't say it. And that's why I'm humble enough to recognize that I can be as intelligent as I want to be. I can be as smart and work as hard as I want to be, and recognize what I'm good at or what I'm not good at. It's also important in life to be humble and recognize that the market will hand my ass to me if I decide to do that. I worked very hard to get to where I'm at in life today in my profession, and I intend to maintain that profession as long as I want to. I'm not going to leave that to day trade. So day trading, any day trading that I do, or any swing trades, any short swing trades, like I mentioned, I opened a position in UMA recently, which I haven't opened in a while. I had a position in them a long time ago. small amounts of capital. Most of my investment portfolio that I analyze, the huge chunk of it, most of it, my God, 95% of it is just all investments. It's not, I'm not looking to trade it at all. Good point, Evan, on XRP. I agree. That's a great example of volatility. Futures to hedge. Yeah, guys, I'm trying to think of what else I can really share with you. I mean, the markets really aren't offering us too much right now. It's honestly just a really boring time. And what I would encourage you to do is, even though the markets are really boring at this point, we could go through a few more charts. We're seeing some pops here. They're charts we've already covered. I mean, Harmony 1's up 4%, but it's still under a penny, right? H-bar, under 5 cents. We had that huge run up. We're back down, right? Mana's been sitting at 30 cents forever. This is the time in the market where, as boring as this is, and as boring as it is, it's still critical for you guys to make sure that you're staying on top of what's in the market and that you're still active. You don't want to completely be sidelined and not paying attention to it, because it can throw you a curveball in a moment. There is absolutely, and I've said this so many times, there is absolutely a possibility I could be dead wrong, and the most probabilistic scenario in the shorter term does not play out. We don't see the downside action that I speak to, and we see the charts. It's just that the probabilities don't pan out, and the charts. Kyle, thank you for the question. Sorry if I missed it earlier. I thought I saw you earlier. Sorry if I missed that. We'll get to Arweave. Thank you for the super chat. I'm just communicating to you guys what the probabilities are telling me. It doesn't have to go in that direction, right? So whether we make a sharp movement down or sharp movement up, you at least have to be paying attention to what's going on. You don't want to get completely sidelined and not pay attention. I know it's very boring right now. I understand that. This market, I've said this time and time and time again, I've been here long enough. This market changes on a dime. All of a sudden, Bitcoin takes off. Then Ethereum's leading the charge out of nowhere. And then Ethereum Classic, which hasn't done anything because Ethereum took off, that's taken off. Wait, Litecoin's taken off. These OG coins are taking... Dash hasn't moved forever. It's at $75. It just did a 3x. Oh my God, all the rest of the altcoins are moving. That is how quickly this market moves. So you have to pay attention. Let's get into... Mr. BBC, why every pump getting sold on? Gotta remain patient, Jorge. Gotta remain patient, my friend. If there was anything overly concerning, I would be one of the first out here telling you. All right, Arweave. I have a question on Arweave from Kyle. I appreciate you bringing up a new chart that we haven't taken a look at, quite frankly, because I don't remember taking a look at this one. I apologize. Oh, excuse me. Man, I woke up dead tired today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I just have a lot of stuff on my mind. Nothing there. Arweave is in a definitive downtrend. I'm going to consolidate price action on the weekly. Let's look at the price indicators real quick. Okay, so real quick, assessing the price action, or excuse me, the price indicators on Arweave. This is ticker symbol AR. Just AR, huh? Get these damn sandals off. I overtreaded my foot. I think I told you guys like a week and a half ago, and it's still bothering me. Ah, damn. Okay, taking a look at the price indicators first on Arweave. Stochastic RSI. All right, so the first thing I would point out here, Kyle, is that it's bearish that we're under 20. You can see we're under this horizontal dotted line at 20. But it is bullish based on, we'll have to allow the week to complete. We're starting to get a cross up, right? So what I'd like to see is some follow through, such that by next week, we see this stochastic RSI at least getting really close to 20, crossing above. That's what we want to look for. RSI is way oversold. We're at 35. Okay, we're very oversold on the RSI. And in terms of the MACD, which I love to look at on price, the way I would describe this, it's neutral. Honestly, I don't think this is bullish or bearish. I think we're just chopping around here, right? Price is sort of deciding what it wants to do. The stochastic RSI wants to cross up. there's plenty of room on the RSI to move up, and the MACD is just like, yeah, I'm kind of just hanging out. So that's what I would say on the price indicators. Now, price is king, though. We need to understand what's going on with price. So, okay. This is pretty evident. This is like a similar comment as the last coin we looked at. This is our current bottom. Again, I would have said the same thing to you back here, okay? Which that's now going to be an area of resistance. If we had looked at this chart back here, let's just go back in time, all right, Kyle? We're at the chart, pretend we're in December, right? And I'm charting this out for you. Well, Kyle, we've bottomed at about 616. I don't want to lose this because if we start to lose this $6.16 area, you know, we have all white space. See how it's white space below here? There's nothing below. So who's to say we couldn't go to $2 or $3, right? As an example. We lost that space, or we lost that area, okay, as support. Look what happened. We bled all the way down to $4. I do not want to lose $4, Kyle, because if we lose $4, we're going to be in the same situation where we have when we look below us, it's literally just an open, there's nothing there, all right? There's no price confluence. It is white space, all right? Now, because this was support and we closed below it, 615 is going to act as an area of resistance. The only area of support I want you to keep an eye on is $4. If we break 4, I can't tell you where it's going. It could go to $1. It could go to $3.97. I don't know, but we don't want to break $4 because there's no price confluence. All right, 615 is the first major area I would look for. We'll call it 616. Okay, 616 is going to be this first major area of resistance that we need to get above. Right, so we need to push above here. Now, once we break 616, what else are we looking for on price? Yeah, I like that. This is 719, all right? $719. All right, I want to give you one more. I don't want to clutter up the chart too much. I like this level right around the, oh yeah, that's beautiful. You got the touch here. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. 950, 953. Probably make it 950, but yeah. Okay, so these are your major areas of resistance, Kyle. We got 616, 719, and 953, right? We got a lot of work to do. I'm not really getting super excited about the price until we can manage to get a candle body close above like 950. Let's just call it 950, all right? 950. Now, okay, we've erased all of this price action, and now we can start working on this stuff, right? So I want to get above ultimately 950. The other thing that I see in the chart that is pretty apparent if you've been following me for a while, let's first draw this one. We look for areas of descending resistance, okay? We have all these lower highs coming in. That's probably something else I should communicate on the chart. Some of these things are just so basic, it kind of flees my head, and I don't think to actually communicate it. But we have this major area of downward resistance. We also have a shorter term one, but I'm just going to keep the major. This is, you see how I have touches here, here. The thing is, when you're charting something, guys, something that you can learn that I want to share with you, I've shared a few times. The more touches, okay, interaction with a descending area of resistance like I have drawn here, the more significant it is. Let me give you an example of what I'm referring to. If I instead decided to draw the descending resistance like, I don't know, like this. Actually, I can't give you, if I drew it, let me just do it for the sake of conversation. If I drew something that looked like this, okay, it's not as significant to me because I just have these like touches way at the top here, and I'll actually, for the sake of conversation, draw it like that. So there's only two touches, right? There's a touch right here, and there's a touch right here, versus when I have it drawn originally the way I had it drawn here, now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, and they're at distinct different periods in time, right? So this is a much more significant and important area of downward resistance. Now, the other thing that I want to point out to you, basic premise in charting, right? One of my coin phrases, one of my phrases that I've coined. is higher highs and higher lows are the basic building blocks of a bullish narrative, right? Well, what do we see here? We see a low and a lower low, and then a lower low and a lower low, and then we see a high. Excuse me. we see a high and a lower 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 high. I mean, there are so many lower lows and lower highs in here. This is very bearish, okay? We need that to turn around. Now, the way we turn that around within the chart is we start to break above the key areas of price confluence I'm speaking to. We break this barrier. Think of it like a barrier. We break this downward resistance. Boom, it's gone, right? So the way we do that is we start to come back up here, all right? Okay, starting to get excited. Now, once we get a candle body close up here, what happens? What happens? Well, we formulated higher lows, okay? We have higher lows coming in, but we have now invalidated these lower highs. We're starting to build the higher highs coming into the chart to knock these guys out, right? And then we continue higher and we knock that guy out and knock that guy. That's how we start to turn this chart around and it becomes bullish. I hope you found that helpful, Kyle. Guys, I think I'm going to have to call it a day. We're pressing up against 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I still have to finish recording the Alchemy Pay video, and I need to eat some dinner. I'm pretty hungry. I am going to have some mahi-mahi this evening with some... I'm either having a salad or I'm going to saute some Brussels sprouts. So, all right, guys. Everyone. Evan is going nuts in the comments. Everyone, have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I more than likely will not be here tomorrow. I actually have an exciting weekend planned this weekend. So more than likely I will not be here tomorrow unless there is something monumentally bullish or bearish that occurs tomorrow. Then I'll consider going live. But I think I'm going to be off tomorrow. But make sure that you come back at least on Monday to catch the TA live stream. Click that bell icon for all notifications. Check out the Alchemy Pay video that's set to drop tomorrow. And also... Caspa community, I am putting an updated Caspa video out there, reassessing the chart and speaking about areas of price confluence and where I see the chart going. So, until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward. Take care, everybody.